All right, I think we got it dissed up enough. I had to take a break and recharge the batteries in the phone, so I used the time to skin some logs. That's why I'm always out of breath. I'm always doing something. That's why it sounds like maybe I am really unhealthy, but anyways, that's why I'm out of breath. So I want to talk a little bit about seed. So you can see what we got here is a food plot mix, which in of itself is pretty innocent. There's some things you got to be aware of though. So like I get my seed, I get a little bit more from it, but I get it from Deer Creek Seed Company. And the reason why I do is because of this. Let's see if we turn it so you guys can see. But look at the mix and purity that you get on here. So noxious weed, none found. Weed seed, 0.03%. Other crops, 0.36%. Inert matters, only 1.96%. So what you see in a, not gonna criticize anything, and I haven't looked at every seed bag, but I know that when you get a food plot mix, sometimes inert matter and other things that maybe aren't as desirable are put in there as fillers. So what I'm getting here in this is I'm getting spring triticale, I'm getting forage bariska, forage radish, Swiss chard, and turnip. So it's a deer plot seed mix that they offer. It's different than what I used last year. Last year I went with more of a clover. The problem is my soil is just not ready yet for sustainable. So soon, but not yet. So instead of investing money in clover and some of those more perennial type crops, I'll still, for the next year or so, continue to do annuals. And I typically do for winter anyways. I do some kind of oat or something like that, which again, you want a good mix. So it's important, because if you don't know the mix you're putting in, the next thing you're gonna see in your food plot is invasive species. And you can see what's coming up in my food plot that I dissed under was a lot of the oat still. So sustained through the winter, and because it's a spring crop. And that's good. I mean, it'll be good nutrient for this seed, and so that's why I don't mind tilling it under. But anyways, it's good. It's good to take a minute and read what you're buying. I especially warn you if you go to a sporting goods shop or a box, off the shelf kind of place. Not always true, but some of those mixes are not so good. I had planted some of the mixes and I ended up with way too much grass seed in one of my food plots, and it took a couple years of overseeding other things to knock it out. I don't like spraying, and I never really did get rid of it. I still had pockets of it, and it's the last thing deer will eat. They're not going to eat that kind of like a ryegrass or stuff like that. It's the last thing. And so if you can offer something more edible, then they'll come here and eat. So that's why, it's important to do. So anyways, I'm gonna spread this. My 2 cents worth. Doesn't mean a whole lot. There's people out there who know a whole lot more about what to plant. And so I think one of them's Whitetail Habitat Solutions. So I'll put his link up here and his information. It's a great place to go to get educated. Go to the Deer Creek website and see what they've got a lot of good information out there. There's books on it, stuff. I didn't make any of this up. I just read stuff and listened to stuff and practice. I mean, I haven't done many. The only food plots I've ever done are my own, but this is the one across the creek is my fourth one where I've converted woods to food plot. And so it does take time to do, but it's very doable. So Anyway, seed purity. I didn't really care about it when I was first started doing food plots. I do now because I know the damage it can do if you don't pay attention. Plus, when you buy a bag and it's 36% filler, you're just planting a bunch of nothing, because it's just that. It's filler. It's not seed. So anyways, that's take it or leave it. Dave's advice. All right, Dave out. Oh, let me add. I know I've rambled on enough here. I'm gonna do, I got enough seed, I think, to do a full half acre. Maybe it's a full acre. Anyways, yeah, I think it's a half acre. And so I'm gonna overseed both places. I'll put like 2/3 down here and 1/3 over up at the deer plot by the pinelands, because I'm a big fan of overseeding when the conditions are right. You know, when you got a new food plot, it's a good idea to do it. All right, so Dave out. Yeah, it's seeded. Couldn't till it as well as it could the other one. It's very tight, had a lot of issues turning. So anyways, Dave out.